Greetings from AthenaVision Studios, and welcome to our third episode of Parthenon Particles. I'm Lieutenant Joseph Fugate, and I'll be your host. Our guest for this episode will be Specialist Laura Curtis from the Athena's Search and Rescue Department. In this episode, we'll also be talking about what happened at Starbase Indy and the annual Christmas party. In Athena news, several members attended the Starbase Indy convention in Indianapolis over Thanksgiving weekend. While there, we celebrated the big 50th anniversary of our mother organization, Starfleet Command. I've prepared a slideshow of happenings at the convention that I'll share with you now. On Saturday, December 7th, crew members from the Nashville area and Mississippi got together with special guest Deputy Fleet Commander Admiral Tim Schell at the home of Leslie and Stephen Hamish Willis for a Christmas party where the following announcements were made.
3, 2, 1. Everyone, captain on the bridge.
Fleet captain. So this is the Christmas dinner for the USS Athena. So if everybody saw us at Starbase Indy, there were some announcements made for our club and about everything that we did over the past year. We had a lot of fun. We did some charity work. We did a walk for the Leukemia Society and one for the multiple sclerosis. And what else? We collected artwork or art supplies to give to the mentally disabled, and we're also doing a toy drive tonight, collecting toys and some non-perishable food for veteran services. Other things we did this year, we did the IDIC picnic, which was our first time, but we're going to make it an annual event where we have a picnic with another fan group. This year it was the Lord of the Rings fan group, and we had a lot of fun with that. And we started our AthenaVision this year. That is where we have Zoom meetings. There are 3 things for the AthenaVision. One is our trivia, so we have an online trivia night, and one is an interview, which is our let me see, what do we call it now?
Parthenon Particles.
The Parthenon Particles.
Yes.
Is the interview show where we interview one of our members, and we have the other one, Owl and Odyssey, which is where it's just a discussion group where we can all get together and talk. So we have a lot of fun on these meetings, and they're all organized by our member, Lieutenant Joseph Fugate. And so, yes.
Yeah, does everybody enjoy all, like we try to make it so that every month we have multiple activities that everyone can be involved in. Whether you're local, whether you're distance, we want to make sure that everyone is included on every level. So we're appreciative because we see so many faces that we don't normally see. And especially for this Christmas party to have members come from out of state, I mean, that is just, that's amazing.
Thank you for coming. So, and also, so at the meeting, we just had a meeting at Starbase Cindy. That's where they have the national, the Starfleet Command award ceremony every year. And we want to welcome Tim Shell. He's our Deputy Fleet Commander for Starfleet Command. And so Tim was also and Phil was there at the at Starbase Indy at the Starfleet Command Award
Joseph
ceremony.
was there. It's awesome to have members physically there as watching it online. So we couldn't do any of this without your energy and your support.
Lisa did come.
And Lisa was there too, as well. Yes.
Lisa
Yep,
and
she was
Joseph.
at the con.
Yes.
Yep.
And they gave out several a lot of awards there, and the USS Athena won several awards. And so one of our awards was for the large ship of the year. And what we're going to do at this time is give you all certificates for our ship of the year certificates. And I'm going to call out the names. Let's see. Okay.
And department.
And department. Loretta Augustine Medical.
Loretta, thank you for your service.
Let me see it, Loretta. What is that? Moving right along.
Vicky Grieve Medical.
Thank you.
Pablo Scruggs Science.
Thank you, Pablo.
And Velma Ferris Medical.
Thank you, Pablo.
Phil Barnes Engineering.
Thank you, Phil.
Oh, wait. Did you give me the right one?
That was mine.
Oh wait, no, we got one special for you. We got a special for you, Phil. That's just a boring plain one. You don't want that. We got a special one for you because we're part of Starbase 4, so you get one with a Starbase 4 emblem on it. And that's going to be a collector's item pretty soon.
At least by the time we get to that slide.
Okay, Pam Maness Engineering.
Thank you, Pam.
And Stephen Willis Operations.
Operation. Let's flip that around.
Okay. And who was next? Laura Curtis, Search and Rescue.
Finally.
And Tina Godwin Communications. And Leslie Willis Operations.
Thank you.
And that that's those certificates.
All right, beautiful, beautiful.
They are ready.
Thank you again. Everyone here has a certificate?
Did
Because
everybody get one?
everyone
that-
here
that
has
should?
earned it. You have proven yourselves to be of the elite. So thank you for everything that you do. Because are we going to go into our anniversary now?
Yes.
Well, she joined too.
She
just joined today.
She's going today.
We didn't have a certificate.
I always have glitter on me.
We won't ask.
So another notation of this year. This marks 5 years of the USS Athena being a club, a ship. We started out. It was just the two of us initially. We would be thrilled if we had 10 Star Trek friends. I was one of those kids that always dreamed of having a Star Trek friend. Up until 5th grade I did, and then in 6th grade this kid moved to another town, and I didn't have anybody. You know, there's people that say, I like Star Trek, and they just say, Dr. Spock, he's good. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going to have this conversation.
I like Star Trek.
But, yeah, I know, but our goal was to just make more friends. And if I had 10 friends that would want to talk Star Trek and come over our house on a regular basis and just watch Star Trek, I'd be happy as can be. Well, within the first year, we had 12 members on the Athena. You have no idea how my mind was blown because of that. And we still do have some of the members with us. So I want to give recognition to our original members.
Thank you.
This one's for you. Thank you so much for being with us for 5 years.
Proud to be part of the initial group.
Miss Velma.
Oh my goodness.
People might not realize this. She is, as far as we can tell, the oldest Star Trek fan in the world. At 100 years young, is she not amazing?
He can do it.
And as Ryan gives out the other glasses, I forgot to mention it's the 50th anniversary of Starfleet Command. So these are the commemorative 50th anniversary glasses.
So they did give these out to those who attended the award ceremony at Starbase Indy. Then I started talking to people and saying, yeah, but we have some pretty awesome members, and we're the best shit. And they're like, yeah, we have a couple extra glasses, so we can work some things out. Bend the rules. That's what I like about this guy. He bends the rules. I want to recognize Leslie Willis, another one who was an original member 5 years ago.
You want to pass it down?
Can you pass it down?
Okay.
And this is why, as much as we say we love Star Trek, we are bisexual. We like not only Star Trek, but different fandoms. And once we found out, when we met Leslie first, she was a Battlestar Galactica fan. And we're like, we love Battlestar Galactica too.
That was a real
And that's it. Wizard World, we met her. And that's why we believe so much in the IDIC events that we want to keep putting on. Because fandom, we cross-pollinate a lot. And it's just a wonderful thing to have the core as Trek.
Yeah.
I also want to recognize we have officers. We have officers amongst the ship. Now, anyone, as long as you take your tests, you can be an officer and you can be part of the decision-making process of what we do going forward in the Athena. Because the officers have regular Zoom meetings. You don't have to be local. You can be anywhere. And which we do. I want to thank our officer, Pam, for being part of many of the decision-making process aboard the Athena. As well, and now Phil has his already. So Phil's a core member of the Athena. And the man holding the camera, Hamish. Thank you again for really
Hold it for him. Hold the camera in it. Yeah.
without leadership of
Hey,
officers.
it's looking at you.
Without leadership of officers, and we've been saying this from day one, we don't want this ship to be about us two. We truly believe that all of us are smarter than one of us. And so thank you for those who are stepping up and saying, you know, I want to do more. I want to serve more. We will be having another opening coming up pretty soon, a very necessary opening. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I also we have one glass this is a very special glass, is because one of our original members, and it was so hard when this happened, but we had a member pass away, and it was so difficult because Galen Grieve, he was the very first one that we gave a responsibility to, and his job was a greeter because he was such a happy, warm person. And when we would have viewing parties at our building, you have to buzz into our building, he'd be the first person that new members and potential new members would see when he opened the door. So we want to offer this eternal light in honor of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
He's
I've been around long enough.
her husband.
He died January. This coming January will be 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest thing for us to go through as a club okay, how are we going to take care of the family? What are we going to do for them? We want to be there for them.
And at the last Christmas party, you said you were dedicating that past year to Galen.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you.
So-
That's so sweet.
We do have some good news, though, on the horizon. And I think at this time we need to pass the microphone over to Admiral, our Admiral who was visiting with us. I have to say,
We all start looking down.
Admiral Tim Shell. I'd like to say Admiral on the bridge.
Keep going, man.
I appreciate the invitation, being able to share this your anniversary and this Christmas party with you. So I really appreciate it. It's always fun coming down to see you guys. This is my second event of yours, and it's always been fun. So hopefully next year we'll bring on many more.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm going to take one of your members somewhat away from you. He'll still be here, but he won't be here. At the meeting, we rearranged the star bases. So now, now the Athena is in Starbase 1, which encompasses Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas. So, in my hopes to find a qualified person, I kind of talked somebody into it, I think. And the new Starbase commander, effective January 1st, is Phil Barnes.
Oh, wow.
Phil will be able to do all the things he's been doing with the ship. That doesn't change. He'll be as involved as he is now.
We are sending his own personal shuttle onto the starbase so he could shuttle back and forth anytime he wants to on the Athena. Right? Yeah. And here's a little going away gift for you.
Where are you going?
Nowhere really, but
Oh.
Starbase
Starbase
Indy.
Oh, isn't it? Oh.
Keep me warm.
Hold it up, Bill. Thank you,
I think I might rename the Starbase 88.
Oh.
Oh, Starbase 80. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was that 88 or 88?
Also at Starbase Indy, it was announced that Captain Kathy Peck has been promoted to Fleet Captain Kathy Peck. So I was very proud of her. And you've earned it, baby. I love you.
It was well deserved.
Hey, no fraternization.
A little late for that now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was well deserved, and I felt way overdue. So hopefully in time we can get her to take more and more roles further up the chain, but we're good where everybody is right now. So congratulations again, Fleet Captain.
Thank you.
So the Athena is going forward. So it's all because of you and all our members that are watching online. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Peace, strength, and wisdom. Live long and prosper.
Thank you, Hamish, for recording that video so that we could include it on our program. Members in attendance at the party donated toys and non-perishable food items for an annual charity drive by the Athena to be given to Operation Stand Down Tennessee. Pictured here with the members of the Athena and the charity, you can see the 86 pounds of donations we collected. In addition to the announcements and awards you heard in that clip, the Athena received many other awards at the Starfleet Command meeting. They include an award for Commander Ryan Peck as Junior Officer of the Year. Fleet Captain Kathy Peck received awards for Runner-Up Individual Recruiter of the Year and Communications of the Year. Both she and Ryan received the Fleet Admiral's Ovation Award for their participation in organizing Starfleet Command's 50th anniversary celebration. The USS Athena itself received awards for Officer Retention and Unit Recruiter of the Year. I'd like to now premiere a new segment of Parthenon Particles where, for levity's sake, I'll share some Star Trek memes from the internet that I enjoyed. In Star Trek news, on November 18th, James T. Kirk returned to us in a short film called Unification, celebrating the 30th anniversary of the film Star Trek Generations. Released by the Runway Archive in cooperation with Paramount, the film combines live-action footage with computer-generated imagery to reunite Kirk and Spock, along with another special guest, Robin Curtis, as Savick, in what has been called a mind-bending Star Trek experience. Look for a link to the short film in this video's description. Thank goodness I have no Trek franchise deaths to report as I did in the prior two episodes. I guess some deaths really do come in threes, don't they? I do, however, have an important announcement for members. It's time to renew your Starfleet Command membership. You must pay if you've paid in the past or you joined before July of 2024. For individuals, it's only $1 a month, so that's just $12 for the annual membership. If you haven't renewed it yet, please look for the link in the description of this video. I can't stress enough the importance of this announcement. Upcoming events for the Athena include an away mission to Robbins, Georgia on Friday, December 20th to visit members in that region and to go to the local Museum of Aviation and share a meal at Curry Mantra Indian Restaurant. Exact meeting times are yet to be determined, so those wishing to attend should keep up with Fleet Captain Peck's invitation page for more information. Members are also invited to a bash celebrating the 90th birthday of the late King of Rock and Roll, Elvis. It will be held at 3rd and Lindsley on Monday, January 6th at 7 p.m. Tickets are necessary to enter. See Fleet Captain Peck's invite on Facebook for more information. I regret to announce that our Trek Trivia event has been canceled for the month of December. The holidays can get busy, and as a result, some things can get away from us. I'm hopeful we'll be able to resume our monthly trivia schedule on AthenaVision after the new year. Now, let's get to our guest, Laura Curtis. I'd like to welcome Laura Curtis. She's a specialist from the Search and Rescue Department on the Athena. Hello, Laura.
Hello.
Let's start by discussing a movie that you're going to be in on Netflix called The Kings of Tupelo. What can you tell us about this?
Well, it is a documentary. It has 3 episodes. It's 3 hours apiece, so it's a 9-hour episode or 9-hour.
Oh, goodness.
9. So everybody says, am I going to watch it the first night? And I'm like, I don't have 9 hours that evening to watch. Probably get obsessed and watch it a little bit. But what it is that my ex-husband was an Elvis, well, he is an Elvis impersonator, and his brother is an Elvis impersonator, Jack Curtis and Kevin Curtis. We have 4 children together, me and Kevin, but they are in the Guinness World Book of Record as the only brother act of Elvis impersonators. But in 2013, a man that was a karate instructor named Everett Dusky decided to, they were kind of enemies, not even frenemies, enemies, but Everett decided to frame Kevin by sending Ryerson to the president of the United States, which was President Obama, and to Roger Wicker, who was a state representative, and to a judge, and to a district attorney, a prosecutor. So Kevin was arrested for a week. The FBI assumed he did it. I helped with questioning. Anyway, long story short, they realized Kevin did not do it, but Everett Dusky had framed him and had sent out letters with Ryerson saying, I'm Casey and I approve this message, which was Kevin's kind of byline. So anyway, Everett is now serving 25 years as a terrorist in federal prison. Kevin is gone on his merry way doing Elvis impersonations, but it's a really kind of funny, but serious, funny, but a very quirky documentary. And I'm in it as the ex-wife and as the good friend of Everett, who was the terrorist. I actually worked with him. So it's kind of, you'll see, we're all involved in a story and my kids are involved. So it's very interesting.
Okay. I've got a trailer for that, so let's cut to that now.
Okay.
Police say their investigation began from an anonymous tip.
I told the FBI, we have a strange individual.
I had the most controversial story in the entire state of Mississippi and possibly the entire country. My mama raised me on Jesus, Elvis, and cornbread, and yes, in that order. I had a peaceful, nice life. But one person hated me and made my life a living hell. James Everett Dusky, a karate instructor in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Dutchkey?
Dusky.
Dusky.
We called him douchebag.
I'm Jay Everett Dusky, and I approve this message.
I could have never dreamed how it turned into such a scandal.
This is my rival enemy, stalking every move I made.
Suck it, Kevin.
This thing became a war.
My neighbor called "Your house is on fire."
These two had a Napoleonic syndrome, little men trying to be big.
I said, quit stalking me, bitch.
I have nothing to do with this.
Are you having an affair with my wife?
Maybe we crossed the line.
How far will this go?
We're following new developments in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Who mailed poison-filled letters to the President of the United States?
A Mississippi congressman
and U.S. Senator targeted.
He'll be charged with an attempt to kill the President of the United States.
During my 25 years in the Bureau, I've described this case as the craziest in my career.
Some of our people are very insane.
They shot my dog with a tranquilizer. My little moo cow.
Did they find anything suspicious?
Everybody has something suspicious in their house.
How do you go from a feud with a former friend to sending ricin to the President of the United States?
That's a bad no-no.
I still don't even understand all of it.
Of an elephant was shot in a drive-by shooting.
They just found a severed head.
He is said to be an Elvis impersonator obsessed with conspiracies.
Welcome to Mississippi, where things are different.
So that premieres on December 11th on Netflix.
Yes.
Let's see. I kind of it seems like I kind of remember that panic about Ryson being sent to the president, and right, so it was Ryson there for a while was in the news.
Yes, it was. It's well, like I said, 2013, and I think April the 16th. It was just, and about that time, a elephant was shot in Tupelo, Mississippi. The Barnum and Bailey Circus was there, and that was the night before, and they kind of pinned that on my ex-husband too. And at the the same weekend in Boston, there was the bombing for the running. Do you remember that?
Yes. Oh, certainly.
Well, they blame my ex-husband for that too.
Goodness.
So, it was kind of, you've got me and 4 kids. We were divorced, me and Kevin, but I'm just going my merry way. And when the FBI calls on Wednesday night, my ex-husband Kevin was supposed to be bringing a backpack for my son, and he was on the way. Well, I get this call, and it's the FBI, they say. And they say, your ex-husband was en route to your house, but he's not coming. He's been arrested. I thought it was a joke. I thought, that's the silliest thing, and I hung up. And anyway, I sat there for about 10 minutes, and I thought, that's kind of odd, because nobody really uses the word en route except the FBI. But anyway, about that time, I turned on the news, and Kevin's face is on it for being arrested. Yes. So what had happened was Everett and Kevin, they were both singers, and they just didn't like each other, and they'd get in little arguments here and there, and they'd email each other, and it got worse and worse and worse. Well, Everett is a genius. I'm not kidding. He was in Mensa Society, and he just decided, well, he'll take Kevin out by doing that. Everett still says he didn't do it. So you'll see a lot of things. But when the FBI asked me, did I think my ex-husband had done it? I said, believe it or not, I said, he is not smart enough to make rice. Because you know what? I said, is it hard to make rice? And they're like, like baking a cake. And I said, well, he can't even bake a cake. But I said, I do know somebody that hates him and is very smart. So it turned out to be him. So, I mean, they videotaped me 17 hours in this.
Oh.
So I don't know what they're going to put in this documentary. I have not seen it yet. So I'm just like you guys. I'm very excited about seeing it. I don't know what part they're going to use.
Okay.
So,
well, I guess we'll wait and watch and find out together.
That sounds awesome. Unless I'm in hiding by that time. If you don't see me for a while, I'm in hiding because I said something I shouldn't have. So other than that, I'm excited.
Okay. I understand you may have written a book.
I have. It's the name of it is My Love Affair with the Alien in a Little Town Called Roswell. So it's my memoirs of brokenheartedness from a relationship, being broken up with and being single, and how I fell in love with traveling to a way to ease my broken heart. But years ago, I fell in love with a little town called Roswell, New Mexico. Have you heard of Roswell?
Oh, of course.
Well, I was going years ago to see William Shatner to the Star Trek convention in 2017. And I was going to meet William Shatner, my idol and my hero, for the first time. And I stopped for gas. And this woman said, you're 6 hours away from Roswell. You should go. And I went, the Roswell? And she was like, yes. And I said, we got to go. And at the time I was engaged, but my fiance was like, no, we're not going to go. And I'm like, oh, we were going. So we went to this little town. They have this museum of everything, anything that is alien oriented, anywhere from any possible crash to anything in this museum. And when I walked in, the volunteer said, are you a believer? And I said, I think so. He said, well, if you're not, you will be when you leave. And I was. I don't know. I don't know what, everybody has a different belief, but this little town, Roswell, is the sweetest town ever. It's patriotic. Every July 4th, they have a UFO festival, and you get to go and dress up, and everybody accepts you as one of their own. So I try to go every year, and I wrote a book about the town, and you can buy it on Amazon, but just a little book that you can see about me, read about.
All right, that was something else I was going to ask about, was the Roswell Festival.
You can ask again. There's a lot. If you have not gone to the festival, you should, because if you like dressing up in costume and there are Star Trek fans, you would really enjoy it.
Okay. You mentioned William Shatner. How many times have you met him?
I have met him 6 times. I met him in Las Vegas and got his autograph. And actually, I didn't get his autograph then. I got his picture made. And back then, you could just hug him. Now you stand next to a glass. Well, I wrapped my arm around his neck. Security almost had to pull me off there. But but I have the picture of me with my arm around his neck. And I said, I love you. I kissed him on the cheek. I said, I love you. And then the next year I saw him in Louisville, Kentucky, and I got his autograph on this book you can buy, the screenplays of all the original Star Treks, and he signed that. It's really neat. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble. It's gorgeous, and it's all the screenplays of all the original episodes, and it was their celebration 50th year, I think. Okay. So he signed that, and then I got a poster, and I had him sign that the next year. So I guess I've made pictures with him 3 years. He's met all my kids one by one. I think he recognizes me now. Sees me.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Do you consider yourself friendly with him? Does he know you when you?
I don't know. He acted like he knew me last year, but if he buys my book, the first chapter of my book is Chasing William Shatner.
Okay.
So William Shatner,
I might have to check that out.
If you're watching out there, you go get my book. But yeah, it's the story of my love affair with William Shatner and Towns, and how you don't need, I'm single, so you don't need a companion in your life. If you have a little car to travel and a couple of dogs like I do, you meet so many wonderful people in different towns that you're not a lonely person.
Okay. How did you get into Star Trek?
I was one of the first fans. My dad in 1966 has never missed an episode. My dad is now 93, which he's 2 weeks older than William Shatner. But he and I watched William Shatner, Star Trek. And it's really my earliest remembrance. I was 2 and I was in love with William Shatner then, Captain Kirk. So I've watched it literally. It's my first memory.
Okay. You watched it when it originally ran or in syndication?
Originally ran in 1966.
Oh, nice.
Originally. I am 59. I was born in 65. So I was there 66, 67, 68. Probably the first year it won. I don't remember much about it, but I do remember it too.
Okay. Would I be correct in guessing that Captain Kirk was your favorite character?
Yes and no. I mean, I think in true and life, I love Dr. McCoy, Spock, and Captain Kirk. I think Gene Roddenberry created 3 perfect personalities to create one man. When you think about it, Captain Kirk is so brave and good looking, and then you've got Spock, who was so intelligent and so caring in his own way. And then you have Dr. McCoy, who is so funny and has the sense of humor. And I think I built what I love and those 3 people combined. So I can't say which one I love more, but they are just, I think Gene Roddenberry knew what he was doing when he created those 3.
Okay. I can see that. Is there any other science fiction fandom you're into?
See, I'm original Trekkie. It's going to be more Star Trek. And then as William Shatner started writing books, I read them. So that's really what I am. I do watch even William Shatner's X-Files and stuff. So it's more aliens and Star Trek, basically.
Okay. All right. Did you see all the movies in the theaters?
I saw most of them. The one where Captain Kirk, no spoiler alerts, that dies, I never saw that one, and I will not see that one. So I don't know. But I did see 1, 2, and 3. Wrath of Khan, I've seen several times, and 4, which was the one with Spock that he produced, and he actually got to say to boldly go with the whales. Was that 4 or 3?
No, he got to do the These Are the Voyages speech at the end of the 3rd movie.
Yes.
Which was
that one.
The whales were the 4th movie.
Okay, I've seen all those and I own them all. So the new things that come out and all the new, then I saw Next Generation too, but I'm kind of, that's where it goes for me.
Okay. Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 in the films were considered the Spock trilogy.
Yes, and I did see those. An interesting story with me, Star Trek really saved my life. It's because I was 18, I graduated, and all my friends went to college, and I didn't. I went to work at a little pharmacy, and I worked there 8 years. Well, I was from 18 to 21, the only kid in town. Everybody left. I was bored, lonely, and I stopped at a video store, and I had not seen Star Trek since I was 2 or 3, I guess. And I saw this video, and they were selling it. Well, actually, they were renting it for Star Trek, the originals. And I said, "Can I buy that?" And they were like, "Yeah." And it was $13. And I said, "Would you order me another one? I get paid every week. Would you order me one every week?" And they said, "Yeah." So I took it home and I watched it over and over. And it was such a lonely time in my life. I had no friends. I was by myself. I watched it over, and it just saved me, per se. So it's been a big part of my life.
Okay. All right. Well, that's about all I've got, unless you have anything else that you want to talk about.
Just one other, I forgot when. Now I'm divorced now, but it kind of, when I divorced, it helped me watching the Star Trek. So I guess everybody has something that helps them through in their life, and that was that and traveling. So I am really enjoying being part of the Star Trek group, and I'm so grateful to be in it. And you guys are awesome.
How long have you been part of the Athena?
About 3 years now. We were going to
Okay.
start our own little chapter. I met Buddy and Ryan, I'm sorry, and Kathy. I met them in Louisville, Kentucky, when I was seeing William Shatner, and they gave me a business card. And so when I came back, we started our own little shuttle, and then they invited us to be part of the Natchez. That's me, Pam, and Loretta, and we've been for about 3 years now.
Okay. All right. And I remember the 3 of you last attended our last Owl and Odyssey prior to the Christmas party.
And that was a lot of fun. I will be there again on that.
Excellent. Huh. I don't think we're going to do another one in the month of December. The online Christmas party thing. Were you at the in-person party?
I did. I got to go, and we had a lot of fun. And I was one of the ones screaming "Merry Christmas" several times. Did you?
Okay. Yeah. I thought I saw you. So, okay then. Well, I'll go ahead and end this here. Again, you can see Laura in The Kings of Tupelo on Netflix beginning on December 11th, which may have already happened by the time I get this video out. So hopefully most of you have Netflix and can watch 3 hours an episode. Wow. I thought maybe an hour an episode, like because I saw it was by the people that produced Tiger King.
Yes.
So I thought it would be
So,
something like that.
and if I'm wrong in any way, I apologize because they've kind of kept us in the dark on this coming in, but it took 2 years to document this. They followed us around for 2 years.
Wow.
And Mac and Chapman Way produced it, and they are amazing people. But so they're going to put a lot of 2 years into the 9 hours. So I look forward to getting to know you and knowing a lot of people through this, and I guess everybody will get to know me.
Do you know if they filmed any reproductions of things that happened for it?
They did not. They have all the original footage of everything.
Okay.
And they did do Double Trouble, and that was where Kevin and Jack do Double Trouble Elvis, and they did refilm that, and they have the original footage for that too for the first one. So that was the only thing really refilmed to add, for the Elvis music, and it was done in Tupelo.
Okay. Very good then. Thank you very much for attending this interview. And I hope to see you sometime in the future.
Me too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. A little bit of time has passed since that interview took place on December 9th. A little bit of time has passed since that interview took place on December 9th. So The Kings of Tupelo is now available on Netflix. I encourage our viewers to go check it out if you have access. I've also included a link to Laura's book, My Affair with an Alien and a Little Town Called Roswell, in this video's description. Again, thank you, Laura, for joining us on Parthenon Particles. It was a pleasure having you on our program, and I look forward to meeting you one day. As always, thank you goes out to our commanding officers, Fleet Captain and Commander Peck, for their support and creative input. I'd also like to point out that USS Athena member Pamela Manus designed the Athena's 5th anniversary logo that you can see behind me. Thank you, Pamela. Finally, I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for watching our program and being a part of Starfleet Command and the USS Athena. Again, my name is Joseph Fugate, and I'll see you in a future AthenaVision.